Hello guys, so today we are going to look at some statistical computations. That is how to calculate population parameter and then sample statistic using our calculator. So this one we are going to look at a very fast way to check everything before we even deal with the answers. So I'm going to use my Casio FX991ES calculator, and it is a very old version. So if yours is new, please do all to follow through to the end. So first of all, I have to put on my calculator. As you can see over there, the calculator is on. Then I'll go to mode. Then mode, you can see start on option 3, so you choose option number 3 for start. Then you can see that the one that we are familiar with is the var, right? The var, so the one var, so you choose option number 1. Then option number 1, you can see that right away it will take me to where I have to input my data. That is where I have to put in my x values and my frequency. Now, sometimes it can be that your frequency will be off. That is if you have not used your calculator for any other for if you have not used it for any calculation. So to put your frequency on, you go back to the home page, or let's call it home page for now. Then you press on shift mode, then use the down arrow key. Then you can see start as option 4. You choose option 4. Then you can see frequency, so you put it on choosing option number 1. Then you go back to mode, option number 3, and then 1. So that one too will put the frequency on. So for instance, let's say I have data, a set of data values, and then I have to impute them. So the question that you ask is, what are the x values? So for an on-group data, the marks given or the ages given will be the x values, and then for a group data, the x values will be the midpoint. So let's say I have a group data and I want to input my data value. So I'll use the midpoint. So when you input them, then you press on equal to, it will take you to the next. So let's say my first midpoint is 5.5. So I'll have 5.5. Then I'll move to the next, let's say 15.5. Then the next, let's say 25.5. Then the next, let's say 35.5. And then the last 45.5. Sorry, 45. 0.5. Good. Then I'll use my arrow keys to navigate to where I have to input my frequency. So I'll use the right, then up to the first one. So the frequency for midpoint 5.5 is 17. And then let's say 15 equal to 14, 11, and 3. So you can see that I've imputed my data values and the frequency. So now, to check your mean, your population standard deviation, and a population sample variance, all these things, or standard deviation, what you have to do is to go back to the home screen by pressing on AC. Then you can see on my calculator, this section, you can see start over there. So you press on shifts and then 1, and then you can see type data sum var distribution min max. So the min max is used to check the minimum data value and then the maximum, right? Yeah, but then we are interested in finding the mean, the population standard deviation, the sample standard deviation. So you choose option number 4, and then you can see n. So n here represents the total frequency. So if I choose n, it gives my total frequency, which is what, 50. So to go back to check the mean, shift 1 again, then option number 4 var. So bar x will be for the mean. So here my mean will be 20.167. That is to 3 decimal places. Then to check my population standard deviation, so shift 1 again, and then 4, and then option number 3 is for the population standard deviation. So I'll choose that. So that will be 12.17. So to mean that to find the population variance, I'll have to square this. So this is the standard deviation. And then go back to the sample standard deviation, shift 1, 4, and then 4. So that this is, so 12.277 is my sample standard deviation. So this is how to use a calculator to get your answers even before you solve them. So you can use this as a point of reference or verification when solving. Bye bye.